Hey guys, how's it going? This is Mike from M&R Automotive. Today we have a Subaru Crosstrek and we installed a 30-inch M&R Pro light bar. It offers dual function capability, powerful white light, and amber DRL. First thing we're going to do is to remove the 10mm bolts. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In order to pop these up, I'm just kind of put a screwdriver underneath this to pop this pin up. And then when it pops up, you can just, there we go, that's one. Prop the pin up. There we go. So we just separated the top of the grill. See, it's already flopping out. So this is good.
Okay, go.
All right, so now that we got the clips on top, we're gonna go ahead and remove the ones on the side. Same concept. Just come to the side and push these out, and they should pop right out. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna just get a prying tool in there, pop one out, 2, 3. So now that's separated the bumper itself from all the inner lining. Now we're under and we're gonna remove all the clips on the bottom. So same thing, pop these out. Now that we removed all the clips and bolts on top, the clips on the side, and all the clips on the bottom, we can just peel back the bumper. And now we just remove the front fascia. There's two things that I can see here. There's 2 harnesses for the fog lights. We're just going to press on them and remove them. And just press it and remove it. So now we're getting ready to install the Pro 30-inch light bar. These are the driver and the passenger side brackets, and notice when we're installing it that the bend is on the outside of the main bolt itself. So this is the driver, this is the passenger. The bolts that we're going to be using for the M&R brackets are these. I'm going to go ahead and take these out. I'm going to thread the M&R brackets through them, and I'm going to go ahead and reinstall them. I like to just finger tighten everything, and after I thread the light bar through the openings, I'm gonna go ahead and do the final tie downs of the main bolts. That's good. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the passenger side. Thread the same bolt through the M&R bracket. So now let's go ahead and install the 30-inch light bar. This is the Pro Series light bar. Notice that the wire we're gonna put on the driver's side because that's the side of the vehicle where the battery is. So it's gonna be a shorter route if this is on the driver's side. We're gonna use the supplied hardware to thread them in. Notice that this light bar design does use 2 bolts. So now I'm going to go ahead and tighten these bolts, and we'll tighten the side bolts. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to go ahead and thread the wire and pass it through here, so that way it'll come out and I can take it in the engine bay before we put on the front bumper. Now that we got the wiring in the engine bay and everything's mounted, we're going to go ahead and put the bumper back on and connect the wiring.
Right.
So for this light bar install, I purchased a wireless wiring harness on Amazon, and it only controls 2 power sources. So you could actually get the same wiring harness to control the main white light feature as well as the amber DRL. M&R does sell a wireless wiring harness, but that one you get 8 different ones, so I wanted to show you a different resource that you guys can use. I'll put a link in the description below. There's 2 ways of using this wiring harness. The first way is a little bit more challenging way, is taking these physical buttons inside the cab through the firewall. We're not going to be doing that because it takes a lot of effort, and we choose to go the wireless route. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it all together, and we're going to be able to use the wiring harness using this remote. So we're going to get a power for the positive lead on the wiring harness. That's the one that has a fuse here. Let's make sure there's a fuse in here. It's a 30-amp fuse, which is great. I'll go ahead and loosen this bolt. I'm going to slide it through the wiring harness, through the eyelid of the harness, and then I'm going to thread that bolt back in. I'm going to do the same thing on the ground. There's a grounding strap eyelid. I'm going to put it through the eyelid. The wireless wiring harness has 2 power wires. One is the main power wire, and the second one is the accessory power wire. So we went ahead and connected both of them on the positive terminal, as well as both of the black ones on the negative terminal. The light bar comes with 3 wires. There is a black, which is the ground, the red, which is the main power for the white light, blue wire, which is the amber DRL. We will have to provide 2 different power sources and 1 ground. The wiring harness also has 3 wires. There's a black, red, and yellow. We're gonna go red to red, black to black, and yellow to blue, and that's gonna power the second function, which is the amber DRL. So we're gonna crimp red to red. We're gonna crimp black to black. And we're gonna crimp the blue wire to the yellow wire. So now let's go ahead and test it. Okay, let's check out how it looks like. So the first time you press on, you get the powerful white light. The second time you press on, you get the amber DRL. If you want those 2 functions reversed, you just have to flip the red and the blue wire. So that way the first function is going to become amber DRL, and the second one's going to be the powerful white light. And there's also some strobe features. Thank you guys for watching. I know you're going to love the product, and stay tuned for a night output video.